Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today, as you guys can see up on the screen, we are going to be covering an LEC Wooloo tweet once again. It has been a little while, obviously, since the offseason has died down a little bit, and we are months and months and months removed from the actual, real offseason that takes place after Worlds. But, again, if you've been watching my channel for some time, you know and probably love Wooloo. He has the spiciest rumors, speculation, news, all that good stuff going on, and a lot of people love to hate on Wooloo and some of the other rumor accounts and stuff. But if you guys look back from this past offseason in between spring and summer split and the real offseason back after Worlds, these guys have been pretty damn accurate. These guys have broken a lot of stories before they've actually happened, before some of even the bigger accounts like Jacob Wolf and Dot and some of those, big name guys have even got wind of some stories and stuff. So, when Wooloo says something, this guy has a ton of followers. I think he has like 25,000 followers or something. When Wooloo says something, it is time to listen. And he has a big statement for us here today that we're going to be going over. Definitely drop a like on this video if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. I think we're getting decently close to 8,000 subscribers. That would be pretty cool to hit, but either way, we'll get there eventually. With that being said, here we go. So Wooloo tweeted out, this was a couple days ago, but I had it on my radar. I wanted to talk about it still because this is really exciting. This gets me hyped up. He tweeted out, hearing some stuff from NA, and it's very spicy. Next offseason might be even better than expected if it makes it this far. So that obviously gets me very, very excited. Hopefully it gets you guys really, really excited for a lot of reasons. One, I am a fan of League of Legends first and foremost. Before I did YouTube, before I, tweeted a bunch of stupid stuff, before I made content at all, I really loved the League of Legends off seasons. I loved looking at accounts like Wooloo and Skeleton and following what was going to be going on and kind of theory crafting in my mind, like, oh, this team should get this guy and this team should get this guy, blah, 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 blah. And that's why I started making these YouTube videos, because it was just fun for me. Before I had any subscribers, before I was making any money, before I had any followers, this was one of my favorite things to do. So the off seasons are always really, really fun, and I'm so grateful, and I think it's so cool that I've been able to build up a little YouTube channel talking about this stuff because it's really so fun for me, and that's why I can post a video every single day, because this is like a huge part of my day. And hearing that this next off season, which honestly, everyone expected to be pretty big. There's going to be a lot of different things going on. There's going to be a lot of moving parts. There's going to be some big name free agents. And even of guys who aren't free agents, there's always some big name buyouts. Really, ever since franchising started, there's been some huge moves every single offseason. We're talking about like Doublelift going to TSM and Doublelift going to Team Liquid and guys bouncing all over the place. Perk swapping to 80 carry. Perks going to Cloud9, G2 Reckless, G2 Caps. These have been the last couple off seasons. It seems like each off season has gotten crazier and crazier, and it always seems like it'll be really hard to top the next one, and then somehow it finds a way. So I kind of want to talk about what potentially we could be looking at for this next offseason because Wooloo's obviously hyping it up. He's talking about some stuff for NA, and I think the first place to start is with TSM. So TSM is obviously a big money organization at this point. They already were. They have the highest paid player in the entire LCS and Sword Art. They are showing that they're willing to spend some money, and it doesn't make sense to spend the amount of money they're spending on Sword Art if they are not going to try and really make a run at Worlds, or at the very least make a run at some LCS championships. And right now TSM is solid, but I don't really expect them to be winning a championship this season. They were pretty far off last year. Yeah, I think they finished third in the playoffs, but they got they got beat pretty handily by Team Liquid and Cloud9. They were pretty far away. Third place was pretty far away from first and second. And now this season, they're looking a little bit better, but I can't really tell if they're looking better or if Cloud9 and Team Liquid have just been making roster moves. And I honestly think that 100 Thieves is the best team in the LCS right now. I think TSM has some good things going for them. Yes, their late game team fighting is crazy. I think Power of Evil is really, really good. I think Spica is probably the best player on TSM this split, but overall TSM is really inconsistent. I don't think they're good enough, and I really think if they went to Worlds right now, no jokes, not memeing, I think they would go 0-6 again. So I expect TSM to have a really, really big offseason. They have FTX money coming in. Power of Evil is getting his green card. They're going to have an import slot open. Now, does this mean they're going to import an 80 carry? Does this mean they're going to go get somebody crazy? They could. It's possible. You never know. There's always been some big names thrown around. Could they maybe import and replace Huni in the top lane? Could they go get Impact in the top lane now that they have a little bit more money to spend? They're going to have some different options. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but I think TSM is going to be a big part of this offseason. I expect them to be huge spenders. It doesn't make sense to have one really high paid player on your team and not go all in. If you're spending that much money and now you have the FTX money, you're going to go crazy. So they're going to be there. Also, the other top teams, Cloud9 and Team Liquid, they're going to be going crazy this offseason as well. Now, we already got a hint at Cloud9 potentially wanting to open up a import slot, with Sven being benched and King coming in, which would open up an import slot, which would then allow them to import top lane if they wanted. Are they possibly going to move on from Blabber and import an EU jungler, whether it be Jankos, whether it be self-made? Who knows who they could possibly go get, and that would obviously be with King as AD carry. And if that happens, then all of a sudden Blabber's a free agent. Does Blabber go to Team Liquid? Does Blabber go to another team in the LCS? There's tons of possibilities. And then the same thing for Sven. Sven would then open up. Could Sven possibly return to TSM? Could Sven go to Team Liquid? Could Sven return home to Europe? Like, these are all really, really spicy things. And that's before even talking about the Team Liquid and Alphari situation. Because Team Liquid, another team that loves to spend money, they are going to have Core JJ's green card. So they are going to have an import slot open. I really think that import slot is going to be used for jungle. Now, there has to be a good jungler available for that to happen. That could be Jankos. That could be self-made. It could be another guy that maybe I'm not thinking of. I don't know. Could be just a different Korean, Chinese import, something like that. They also could use that import slot on AD carry. Again, this could maybe be Sven. This could maybe be, we've heard guys like Upset be thrown around, but that's going to depend on how good Fnatic's doing. I don't think Upset is just going to leave Fnatic if they keep playing like they're playing right now. So that's the three top teams in the LCS who all could make really, really big moves. And again, for Team Liquid, that's even if we assume that the relationship is fixed with Alphari now that Jad is gone. Maybe it's not. There's still a lot of time left in the season. Alphari hasn't even returned to the starting lineup yet. We don't know if his relationship is going to be fixed with Team Liquid. We don't know how the rest of this season is going to play out. Could he have more mental issues? Could he still have behavioral issues? Could he want to return home to Europe? Could he want to be on a different team in the LCS? These things could happen also. It could be very, very crazy. And then out in the LEC, I think there are some huge moves to be made as well. I still do really think that after the season, we are going to see some changes to G2, whether it's top lane, whether it's jungle, whether it's support, maybe just coaching staff. I don't know. I think these are all possible. Mad Lions, I know that Kaiser is a free agent this next offseason. He has still not renewed his contract. There are rumors that he could potentially be leaving. Would that be to go to Fnatic if Hillsang leaves? Would that be to go to G2 if they choose to move on from Mickey? Could he be going to Rogue? Could he be going to North America? These are some crazy options here, and I just feel like so much is lining up to have a very, very crazy offseason in both the LCS and the LEC, and really all over the world, because that's just how the game is right now. The game moves so fast. Whenever a team doesn't do well in the regional league or doesn't do well at Worlds or at MSI, they want to blow up their roster. They want to make some moves fast. There's too much money being thrown around. There's too many investors that need to be pleased, too many brands and brand deals and sponsorships and all that stuff at stake to let a top team develop for a year or two or three, like maybe you would in traditional sports. That's not how esports is working right now. There are definitely some big names who are going to be free agents, some big names who are going to be on the move. Wooloo's hinting at it. He's saying maybe the spiciest offseason yet. And that would be awesome. I would be so hyped. I would be so excited. My channel would be loving it. I would be loving it. Hopefully you guys would be loving it. So I can't wait. Definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What is one spicy move that you think is going to happen this offseason? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.